Okay, hear me out. I promise this isn't as gross as it seems. But have you ever wondered how somebody looks as if they are sleeping at their funeral? To be honest, that's not naturally how a deceased person looks. That's the product of embalming. Since I'm going to school to become a funeral director and work at my dad's funeral home, I've learned just about everything that goes on behind closed doors. Even though embalming may sound intimidating or scary, it's an essential part of funeral service. It helps give families closure, it makes the deceased look good for viewing, and preserves their body, slowing down the decomposition process. The process of embalming is a tedious, step-by-step process. Let me explain this to you. First, I'm going to discuss how an embalmer prepares a body, then I will explain the embalming fluid process. Finally, I'll cover the finishing touches that are made with the family and friends before you view them. To start, we will ensure that they have the correct person and their file will be reviewed to ensure we're handling their body the way that they have asked us to. Then, their body will be cleaned and positioned so that their hands and facial features look the way that we want their body to be viewed by their loved ones. According to the Funeral Consumers Alliance article, Embalming Explained, updated in 2025, a body's eyes and mouth will be closed to ensure that they look peaceful, and objects like cotton balls and plastic eye caps are used to ensure that their eyes and mouth do not open during the viewing and still maintain a natural look for the deceased. Once the body is prepared, we are ready for the embalming fluid. Let's get into it. Now, we will find the carotid artery in the neck area, then we will use a special machine called an interval injector to pump the embalming fluid into the arteriole, which will completely drain and replace your blood. This is done to preserve the body and slow down decomposition. The fluid is a mix of water, formaldehyde dyes, and disinfectant. According to Basic Funerals and Cremation Choices, the embalming process, published in 2017 by Tiana Tag, the dye that gets mixed into the formaldehyde-based fluid helps make the deceased's skin look healthy and lifelike. Now that there's cavity embalming, arterial embalming doesn't embalm the entire body. That's where cavity embalming comes in. For cavity embalming, we use a tool called the trocar. The trocar allows fluid to be injected into major cavities such as the stomach and liver. The trocar will remove gases and any fluid from the organs, and we will replace it with embalming fluid just like you would with the arterial embalming. Now that the embalming process is complete, let's go over the final steps before the services and viewing. After the embalming is when we must complete the close and incisions made from embalming to ensure that there is no fluid that escapes. We will also dress the deceased in their best outfit, which is usually brought to us by the family, and we use cosmetics to make the deceased look like themselves, giving them a peaceful sleeping appearance. As explained in their updated 2025 article, Development of Modern Embalming, on Britannica.com, by making the deceased look lifelike, it allows the family and friends to see their loved ones at peace one last time before saying goodbye. Now that you know how the whole process works, let's recap what I just discussed. First, the deceased is identified and cleaned, and then is embalmed with embalming fluid, and is groomed and dressed. Finally, they are ready for viewing. Embalming is about caring and having respect for the deceased, and the whole process doesn't make it seem that way, but it's not scary nor creepy. It's about giving people the chance to say goodbye and to give closure to the families. Thank you.